like these would be old people in their 70s and 80s. Bet you love this song, Brown Girl in the Ring and all, and I go, not really. I do remember one time when I was about 16, 17, I had a girlfriend, and I was going out with her for about 4 or 5 months, and I found it strange that I had never been to her house. And she came out and told me this is because her mother and father weren't into black people and didn't like black people, so that's why. So I never met them. I was born in a mother and baby home. My mother was unmarried, and obviously having a black child in Ireland in 1965 might have been a heavy scene. So I was born in there. I was in there. I was, I think, about 6, 7 months old, and my parents adopted me then. My mother made me aware that I was adopted, but it wasn't like this is a big issue. It was just you're special because we picked you, as opposed to getting what you're given. You know what I mean? From tracing information, I found out my father was in Zambia, and my mother was Irish. My birth mother was Irish. I grew up in an Irish cultural environment, so therefore I just typical Irish kid growing up. I've heard of people start having problems like being served in bars and all that. I never came across any of that. I don't mean I never came across it, it didn't happen. Obviously it did happen. I've had situations where people have said things to me, but usually they back down or just walk away, or you might hear someone out of the corner of your ear saying something. The thing that used to annoy me an awful lot was because my friends when I was a kid used to say, they'd crack a joke about someone on television, black or something, and I'd say, that's out of order. Say, yeah, but we don't mean you're not really black. You know, and I said, but I am, you know. My youngest daughter at one stage, we live in a little country village, and at one stage some kid called her some name, I don't know, called her dirty nigger or something like that. And my kids are mixed race, they're fairly light skinned. And she came home and told me, and she was really upset. But within about 10 minutes of her coming home telling me, the child's father arrived at the door with the child to apologise. He said he'd found out that his child had called my child a name, and he wanted them to stand there and apologise. They were about 7 at this stage. Ireland has moved an awful lot. There are still some people in Ireland and places in Ireland where people have sort of very closed minds, but I don't think it's out of vindictiveness. I think it's just purely out of naivety and not being in contact with people of different cultures. Everyone has different life experiences. Some are good, some are bad. Mine just happened to be okay. Not painting it all flowers and roses. There have been bad times as well, but in general, it's been fairly good.